I'd like to show you my scrappy log cabin. Now, there are so many different versions and layouts of the log cabin, and this is my scrappy version. It's a square, and I like it. You could add another row to the top to have it be more rectangle, but I like the square look myself. And I wanted to show you a little something that I did to give it this blockier effect in the middle. So let's get a little closer. So with the log cabin blocks, it's just a matter of getting a square in your center and then going around your block with a strip. And these strips are all the same width traditionally, although if you want to make one that has more of a curve to it, you choose to make the colored strips a little bit wider than your background fabrics. Now, I did use my background fabrics of scrappy different whites, and that helped use up a lot of my white scraps. And you really can't see all the different ones from a far away look. Now, what I wanted to show you was if I had started with my color block in the center and then gone to white, white, color, color, and had all my whites first, you would not have this block effect. You would have more of the staggered colors. And I think it just makes it a little bit different, a little bit unique in that the center doesn't have quite that same staggering look to it. And I know maybe it's hard to imagine that, but take a couple pieces of scraps and lay them out and you'll see what I mean. When I first was telling my one sister how I changed the center, she's like, I don't see what you mean. But it's just that this first row could have been small white, white, colored, colored, then these ones would be white, this next row would be, you know, all the way around. But this row, this first row, should have been the background fabric. It's all right, gives it a different look. So there are little things like that that you can do just to change up a pattern you've done 100 times maybe and give it a different look. Okay, so let me show you really quickly here what I did with my leftover blocks. Just a simple table runner. I still have to quilt it, but that's something that you can do with your leftover blocks. And the reason I made leftover blocks is because when I made the quilt itself, I didn't want the colors actually touching each other. And when you do a random block pattern like this, where you just reach in and grab a scrap, sometimes that can happen when you're sewing them together. You might have to switch out a block or two. That's a good reason to use your wall layout. I have a flannel tablecloth there behind there, and I'm trying out a new way to hang my quilts. For videos, I use some dollar store hooks with the sticky on the backs. Bought a curtain rod at the thrift store, and I'm using clamps to hold it up there. Now that is just the top. I'm not sure how the weight of a quilt will do, but I like it. Half of the problem with me getting set to record was I gotta hang this, and I was using, shall I say it, thumbtacks to hold my quilt tops on the wall. This is going to be much better, much easier to get it up there and have it lay nice. You all have a great day. Please like and subscribe. Still trying to work on that Facebook group if you want to check it out. Really appreciate your likes, your comments, and you're subscribing. You all have a great day. Bye now.